Hey, what's up guys, it's Smasher. Today I'm taking it back and I am bringing you some PC2 gameplay. So, I was cleaning out my old laptop this last weekend and came across some files that I had recorded right when we were transitioning to BF3. And, you know, these were good clips, but I was doing Battlefield 3 and I just never got around to doing them. So anyways, I know this is kind of long, but this is some good old-fashioned tank horn, and I know a lot of my subs, a lot of you guys out there love watching tank horn. I get probably more than any other requests that I get on commentaries in general has to do with jumping in tanks and vehicle horn, and it's something that I love doing, and you know, I just don't get enough time to do it these days, and I usually don't have a gunner that I'm running with to do it. I've got quite a few friends that play Battlefield 3, but to be honest with you guys, and I'm not going to get too into depth with it, but I haven't played Battlefield 3 in over a month. You know, I'm not generally interested. I'm not saying that I'm not going to play it at all ever again. I'm going to start playing a little bit more Bad Company 2. But I did a really stupid thing last week, and pretty much where I've been for the last 2 weeks or whatever now, is I bought Minecraft. Yeah, I know, you guys are going to make fun of me, whatever. That shit is like crack, son. So, whatever. It's fun. I've been playing the shit out of Minecraft lately, and, but you know, whatever. I've been enjoying that game. I don't think that I'll ever do, Minecraft commentary or anything like that. There's so many people out there that do so much more cooler stuff than me. But you know, me and a few friends of mine, we have a server that we play on, and it's been a blast. So back to the Battlefield here real quick. I love on Bad Company BC2 back in the tank into this corner, right? You can get, if you get a guy spawning on you, a squad spawning on you, you can see their entire spawn from here. So, first of all, spawn rate. Second of all, if your team is too stupid to advance, your team can spawn on you and take the, your squad can spawn on you and take the objectives from here. Meanwhile, again, back with spawn rate. So, you know, this may be a questionable place to wreck in this game, but whatever. I don't care. This is a fun spot, and if they let me get in here with a tank, that's their bad. So, you know, this isn't like, you know, I'm circle strafing into Hilo like a psycho or something like that. I think this is pretty legit. I know people complain about it, but whatever, they can get over it. So, anyways, these smaller tanks with the Bradley, I think, they're a blast to jump in. They're really effective against infantry, and in this particular circumstance, I think I was actually running for the most part by myself. Oh wait, maybe I had somebody get in there with me because I get back in the tank. This guy, he shoots me. I'm the only guy in the tank. He shoots me, and then he doesn't get in the tank that I just gave him. Stupid Wookie. Why would you do that? That's like so dumb. Your team could just you could dominate if you have a tank here on defense. It's just whatever. That's beside the point. So, for the most part lately, I have been just doing this. I've been trying to play Bad Company 2 every now and again. Like I said, I haven't played Battlefield 3 in a month, and the Minecraft is just unbelievably addictive. So I've been pumping massive amounts of hours into that. But, you know, to each his own, right? So, this second base, and this is attacking on Valparaiso or however you want to pronounce it. I never got a straight answer of how you pronounce that. I always hug this rock. Now, from this point here, you can put down, because this base right here, any way you go up, you're going to get wrecked by their team. There's too many. If their team's even halfway decent, they're going to just destroy the shit out of you from here, and there's going to be nothing you can do about it. Because even if you try to back up, you're going to get your butt handed to you just by their entire team. The RPGs flying in from everywhere. Even if you have somebody fixing you, there's no escape route if you move up. So if their team bands together, you're toast again, and then the tank doesn't the tank does respawn at this point. I take that back. But anyways, I've always found it much more effective to lay down covering fire. Now, if your team's smart, like my team is in this circumstance, you go for that A crate on the left first. That is imperative. The B crate is super simple to take, and that A crate can be very difficult if the guys are defending well. So, again, is per my normal tactics with tanks, I do like to be the diversion, the distraction, the guy annoying their entire team, so that they're going to start concentrating on me rather than concentrating on my teammates who are arming the crate. So, and when the crate does get armed, you should be laying down suppressive fire. I was completely late on the game there, and I think they're going to get it disarmed. Yep. I suck. That was pretty much my fault. So, yeah, you've got, once they get that crate armed, you really, in the tank, you really got to protect it. That's totally my fault. And, it seems like I may be missing a lot or whatever with this tank, but, if you guys remember that this does damage to infantry, but at a distance. It's not super effective, but it's again more of a distraction than anything else, because if they constantly have explosives going off in their face, they're going to either be ducking or shooting at me or running straight at me like idiots, which does happen from time to time too. So I am so glad when one of the few things that I did like about Battlefield 3 is they didn't have any more of these stupid cement blocks that they had in Bad Company 2. These things used to drive me batshit crazy. For some reason, I would always fail them. Every time it was like it was my first time going through the cement blocks again. I would try to go around them or shoot them or whatever. You know what? Seriously, the most effective means of taking down those stupid cement blocks that I found is your gunner in the machine gun turret can take them out pretty quick. And for those of you who don't fire from third person, I really recommend that you guys take the time to learn it. I know it's difficult, but take the time to learn where the bullets hit, and take the time to figure out, yeah, see, look, I just put a full burst into that thing, and like it's still standing. So, anyways, but yeah, take the time to learn to shoot from third person, to learn it. Because there's situations where like this where I want to be in first person because I want that fine aim, and then there's other situations where I just want to shoot from third person. And if you are especially if you are aggressively tanking, like you'll see me when I get into their bases a lot in a tank, you have to be smart with it when you get into that position. And the reason for that guy thought he was going to come around and get me, didn't he? Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, look, here goes the same old song and dance, like it's my first time driving a frickin' tank. Jeez, man, it's like I have, like, guardrail amnesia or something on how to get over these stupid cement blocks. God, it's like a rookie. So, anyways, the third person, when you're up and close and in their grill, it gives you so much more of a field of vision. And I don't know if any of you guys shoot guns or anything in real life. I do a bit of that, and I've lately been trying to learn how to shoot with both eyes open. And man, it has been, I started shooting when I was like, oh man, probably like 7 or 8 years old. So it's been a long time. Anyways, so I kind of equate it to that, where you just have such a huge field of vision as to what you're shooting at, rather than doing it closed. Because if you go in there with like if I went in there, I wouldn't have seen half those dudes with just scoped in. Now, if you can get into this spot up here on this pad, this is a pretty dirty spot, by the way. You can just destroy them. Now, you have to have 2 guys and maybe more working together to keep a tank alive in here, because as you can see, they get pissed off pretty quick when you're up in here. So, if I remember right, I think yeah, that guy, he was a brave soldier. If these guys, it's best to get in there, and their whole team's going to be paying attention to you. They're spawning all around you. They're going to spawn to your lower left down there, as where I'm looking right now, and they're going to spawn to my backwards right. And there's only so much you can do to keep the tank alive. But while you're back there in the tank, their entire team is going to focus on you, and that's that. So you need to. It's really, really good to get back there and then just lay down fire. It gives your team, as you can see, opportunity to destroy a station. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, and I'm sure somebody will put it down there in the comments, but this tank spawned super fast. I was like, oh, really? So I think Uncivil's running with me in this one, and Colonel's popping in and out, and I think Uncivil was running the majority of the map with me in here. And again, if you guys don't even bother trying this if you're not, you know, I play on Xbox, so we have to be in a party. If you're playing on PC, I doubt it would be smart to do this if you're not with somebody who's in a chat, TeamSpeak or Ventrilo or something like that with you. You know, just be somebody who communicates, because there's such a synchronization that needs to happen between the gunner and the tanker in this game to make you an effective team. And it takes a lot. And, you know, Uncivil and I were running different perks in this one, which again is another thing. I always run explosive damage in Battlefield or Bad Company 2. That's just, for me, I've always found it the best. I'd rather get the shots off, have somebody jump out and fix me, and I can guarantee that I'm going to kill that tank or whoever I'm firing at before they kill me. Now, Uncivil runs smoke. So you're going to see here in a second that Uncivil and I are going to switch seats real temporarily, because you got to do this when there's not nub teammates around that are going to take your tank. See, he's switching seats there, boom, he pops smoke, there goes all of their markers. So he took off all of their tracer darts. And that right there was just a huge deal, because we're going into a new base and they're probably already sitting there with their RPGs just waiting for us to come around that corner so they can give it to us. As you can see, they're just smoking the helicopter. These guys were completely engineered out, ready, armed to the hilt by the time we got in here. We had them so annoyed with the tank. So, and here's the thing too. You know, if you're gonna tank war like this, sometimes you're gonna end up on the top of the board. But more often than not, when you're running a tank and you're being an effective tanker in this game, you're not gonna finish always on top. It's gonna be the guys who are arming the crates, and that's really the way it should be, because they're the guys who are getting all that money from the crates, and they're the guys who are dying over and over and over again to play the fucking objective, you know. And I applaud them. I like playing the objective. I play it most of the time, unless I'm in a vehicle, and then I support the objective. And I guess you could consider that still playing the objective, but it's not a direct involvement. So, anyways, going up in this part of Valparaiso is man, it gets kind of hairy, and I have absolutely no idea. Look at all them guys down there. How we're gonna live through this, but I think we might. It's some of the stuff, you know, this hill's got a kind of a steep angle on it, and if you learn to work it pretty well with your gunner, you can still pretty semi-effectively gun against anybody who comes over the top of the hill. But you still have that layer of protection, so they have to come over the top of the hill to get you. And that angle really works to your advantage if you play it smart. So just keep that in mind if you're sneaking a tank in here, what to do. Now, in all honesty, I should have been pumping rounds up into that crate up there right now. I don't know why I wasn't. And maybe it's because I'm not watching it in HD right now. Maybe there was a guy below or something. I don't know. But another thing is, too, people love to drop that building. I usually try to avoid dropping that building because it gives the guys jumping in and out of my tank a layer of protection between them and their spawn. And sometimes I'll blow the front of it out so that we got a good shot in there. But for the most part, you know, it's better to have your guys spawning on you, be a good mobile spawn point, and assist your team the best way possible. And if you're going in there just straight spawn raping, you're not helping your team. So what's frustrating in this one is they're not arming the crates, and I don't know why not. They're just get in there and arm it. It's right next to us. And so There we go. We dropped the thing by accident, but whatever. You know, you gotta plug in there and get the enemies. And and these guys, they weren't the best. I mean, obviously, we're getting out and fixing the tank in the middle of their base, and living. But it's still a good time. So we're hitting the end of the game here. I have an outro going, and I got some leave the scores up so you guys can watch. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and more BC2 on the way.